A new rumor alleges that the art director for Avowed, Matt Hansen, is being protected by upper management, allegedly at Microsoft and Xbox, and he will not be fired despite his advocacy of illegal discriminatory hiring practices, as well as basically sabotaging the release for Avowed by calling the over 77 million people who voted for Donald Trump, claiming they have putrid lives, as well as pushing woke ideology into the game via pronouns. So I wrote this up over at fandompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. I encourage you to head on over there, become a paid subscriber, and help support us in our fight against this woke ideology that is destroying our video games, movies, television, books, and tabletop gaming and more, our entertainment at large. Help us fight back against this stuff. Help us put a spotlight on this. Help us to show off alternatives to this stuff as well. We do all of the above. So this rumor comes to us from Smash JT and his inside source. He says, regarding Matt Hansen potentially being fired, another industry insider has reached out to me and stated the following behind-the-scenes info at Obsidian. No, he won't. He has support from above. So an Obsidian insider telling Smash JT that Matt Hansen will not be fired, and he has support from above, which one assumes is from Xbox and Microsoft, the parent companies of Obsidian Entertainment. Smash said this, while this is always subject to change, it's the current sentiment at Obsidian. That's not surprising at all. We never see any of these people usually get fired for their promotion of illegal activity because the companies themselves are promoting it. The list goes on and on. We know Microsoft is doing it. We've seen the Activision, like they have a whole like woke DEI report where they brag about how they are engaged in illegal hiring practices based on discrimination, whether that be through race, sex, etc., sexuality, you name it. So just to kind of give you a recap of all of the absolute nonsense craziness this guy has posted that has, in my opinion, completely made this game dead on arrival. We'll start here with the image that was discovered on Force Gaming's YouTube channel during his preview of Avowed. We discovered that this game will indeed have pronouns, meaning that it will be pushing gender ideology, which is evil and should be rejected. Talked about that numerous times. Not going to really get into that here. You can watch some of my previous videos if you want to know how that all works. From there, former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern, a.k.a. Grums, wrote this. I'm drawing a line. I'm rejecting any game that has pronouns in it, and you grammar Nazis know what I mean. Stop being stupid. They're always trying to be disingenuous. Oh, there's always been pronouns, yada, 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 when the pronouns being used now are clearly being done to push gender ideology, push people into thinking that men can become women, women can become men, etc., which it can't. They can't. I don't care if the game is good. A message must be sent. Pronouns promote the woke mind virus, and gamers must send a clear message. 100% agree with that. Then Elon Musk responded to Grom saying having pronouns in a fantasy video game is utterly unacceptable. That is 100% true as well. It is utterly unacceptable to be having this evil ideology, this evil agenda being pushed through video games. Because at the end of the day, then it's not really a video game. It is a piece of propaganda trying to push the gender ideology through. It is a vehicle for the propaganda. It's no longer an actual video game. Hansen reacted to this and admitted he specifically made the game to piss off Elon Musk. He wrote this, sickos.jpg or JPEG. I wanted so badly to make him mad with my game, and I cannot believe it actually happened. Just wait until you see the default, you said little crap. So obviously he's promising that there's even more wokeness in this game, pointing to the default, one would assume, in the character creation models. And if it's in the character creation, we know it's going to be in the narrative and in the game as well. There's going to be other parts of this game that are going to have it. That is, when has it not? When has it not? In another post on a Blue Sky, he made it clear he wants to push this ideology into every single video game ever made. He reacted to this former Blizzard dev who now works at Riot. He wrote this. He's a man pretending to be a woman. But he wrote this: pronoun selector, independent of body type, was something I tried to push for before leaving WoW. At any rate, I think it should essentially be table stakes for new character creation systems being made now. Matt Hansen said 100%. So this guy is trying to push this in everything that he does. Total total evil stuff right there. It was also uncovered that he advocated for discrimination against white people and white men specifically in at least a couple of posts over the last half decade. Back in 2020, Hypnotic discovered this. Reminder to Black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice. My DMs are open and you will always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods. So clearly advocating for discrimination against white dudes when it comes to hiring in the video game industry. And remember, this guy is the art director at Obsidian. He is in charge of hiring people. We also had this. This is from 2024. This is from this year, just back in March. He responded to a post from Elon Musk that said it should not be acceptable for any company in the gaming industry to be racist and sexist against white guys. What did he say? Oh, Elon, you sweet summer child. This will only embolden me, you sad sack of crap. So you can see here, he is literally saying that he is going to be racist and sexist against white guys. I mean, just total advocacy of illegal hiring practices based on sex and race. He should have been fired in March. If he was still at Obsidian in 2020, I haven't looked up how far he's been there. Should have been fired for this post right here too. This is absolutely unacceptable. It's illegal. Former Obsidian Entertainment co-owner Chris Avellone reacted to these comments and advised anyone who was refused an art position at Obsidian to contact a lawyer and sue the company. He wrote this: based on recent news, if you are rejected from an art position at Obsidian in the past few years, call a lawyer. Discrimination hiring, especially for a Microsoft studio, can ensure you don't need to apply for a job ever again. And it shouldn't cost you a cent to initiate legal action. The lawyers will know what the case is worth, and they'll do the heavy lifting. He added, this has nothing to do with my personal politics, but I believe strongly that hiring discrimination for any reason isn't something the industry should tolerate. I hope you agree. I do. Should not be tolerated. This guy should be fired. And I hope people do take Chris Avallone's advice and sue Obsidian, sue Microsoft, sue Xbox, because this stuff is wrong and it needs to be punished. Justice needs to be meted out to it. Hansen also said the over 77 million Americans who voted for Donald Trump have putrid lives. He wrote this just ahead of Election Day, November 4. They need to feel the sting of shame for the rest of their putrid lives, to be honest. And that is me being nice. You can just kind of see who this guy is. It's despicable. He hasn't posted in a week to Blue Sky. The last post was this one right here. This is his last reply. November 26, 2024, 11:44 p.m. Eastern time, because I'm on the East Coast. He wrote this: thanks. The team has poured a ton of love into it. And then his last actual post was later that night, or I guess earlier that night, because it's 11:44 p.m. 7:28 p.m., where he was encouraging people to support Aftermath, a website started by former Kotaku writers. He wrote, support independent journalism, support games journalism. So November 26th was a Tuesday, last Tuesday. So he has not posted in over a week, which likely means he's got instruction from on high to stop posting to social media, which he's obviously had some kind of talking to, but clearly he will not be getting fired, or at least this rumor says he will not be getting fired, and he has support from above. And I 100% believe this, because, I mean, you look at Microsoft has their whole, like, woke framework that they have, that they were operating with internally. They've now trying to get other people to use it externally. They revealed that earlier this year, or rolled it out earlier this year. It's total pushing woke ideology and how you make video games, etc. So that's clearly being supported from the upper echelons of Microsoft and is obviously funneled down through all their subsidiaries. Like I said earlier, you look at Activision's whole like woke report that they have, their DEI report, where they're bragging about how they are engaging in illegal activities, trumpeting that as some kind of positive. So it doesn't surprise me that these people are supporting this guy, because Smash JT has also done a previous report where, like, this is the culture at Obsidian. It's all about pushing the woke agenda. The people that work there are primarily all pushing that. if you don't agree with it, you better like be quiet, or they're going to find a way to try and push you out. We know that these companies do this. Warner Brothers DEI, like top DEI executive, has admitted to this, saying that they work to remove people who are opposed to the woke DEI agenda. Like, he's on record. I've covered that. You can find that in previous videos. But let me know what you guys make of this rumor here that Matt Hansen will not be fired despite promoting, encouraging, advocating for illegal discriminatory hiring practices, for basically setting a match to the sales of this game by revealing that it is full-on woke, by trying to antagonize potential customers. That's just going to result in fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer sales. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable and to always, always speak the truth.